try to
fighting,
take
aren't
on.
they?
Yeah, because they don't like each other. And it's in the comics as well, they don't like each other. But this is the origin story where it's full on, proper, screw you kind of thing.
But hang
So-
on, wasn't Superman a Marvel character?
No, he's DC.
They're both DC.
They're both
Okay.
DC. Hence why they're doing this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they do the Justice League soon, and then the Suicide Squad, all that kind of stuff. It's going
Do
to
you
be
get the impression that Hollywood's running out of ideas?
not so much. They just can't think of an original character. Pretty much, they have to rip off everything else that they can. But because even then, it's like with the Justice League coming out, it's going to be DC's Avengers. You know what I mean? Because Avengers is Marvel, so
Of
it's
course.
their version of it. And yeah, in that sense, it's like, well, can't you just think of something? But then again, I guess it is kind of hard to do like a new idea on the spot kind of thing. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, sidetracking. But yeah, it does look pretty good. I'll probably once again lose everyone from saying that, but
No, I
think it looks good.
we'll go to the movies to see it.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't know. I have my reservations about it. I think. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. Who's playing Superman?
Same guy from the first one. Well, the first one.
Okay.
Henry Cavill or whatever how he says that.
I was going to say I've never seen that. So.
I have. It looks pretty cool. But yeah. I mean, but yeah, so yeah, blah, 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 so it's all cool. But I think we've had it out long enough. I think we should just get to the point. Yeah, Goosebumps.
Yeah.
All right.
Goosebumps.
So yeah, so as you can imagine, being a kid growing up in the 90s, born in 85 but grew up in the 90s. Because I hate people that go, I grew up in the 80s. It's like, what year were you born? 89.
Yeah, but
Fuck
do you
off.
really
did not.
remember?
Yeah, fuck off. You do it not there.
I don't think there are many kids who are born in the 80s that actually remember the 80s.
I don't.
I remember 89, and that was when I started primary school, and I remember a little bit of 88 when my brother was born, and
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
86 when my sister was born.
I remember nothing. All I remember is just thinking that Goosebumps were awesome. And they used to come out in the Scholastics book thing, in school.
Yes.
I don't know if this is just a Kiwi thing or wherever, maybe international. I don't know.
Scholastic is Australia as well.
Okay, well, for our international listeners then, what they used to do, because I could say that, no bullshit for once, yay!
Yeah.
G'day to everyone in Korea, it's great. What we've got is, they had this little pamphlet thing that used to come around every month to schools, and what it would be is that you'd write, I want this book, you'd send away for your money, and like 2 weeks later it would come back and you'd read it and be like, oh yeah, it was
if
awesome.
you were a country school.
Yeah, you were fucked. But that kind of thing. And they used to have, why there was like babysitters clubs, there was Goosebumps, there was this book, that book. There was not really, it was just aimed at kids. There was no real...
we need to start collecting these books again.
Yeah, I know, but there was no real like, this is going to be the science fiction episode or the what a pamphlet. It was just basically, here's a bunch of books. Do you want them or not?
And they generally picked on the most popular ones as well.
Yeah,
and
all
made
those
sure that-
series and yeah. So like nowadays, it probably would have been, if they release it, probably would be something like the dumbed down knockoff version of the Hunger Games, or maybe even the Hunger Games. Things like that are aimed at.
for the teen books. Yes.
Yeah, that was a teen book, so that was on the back page of the Scholastic thing. Everything else was aimed at kids. But there was one thing two things you could be sure of in it. One was it was going to be a Goosebumps book, and there was also going to be a Babysitter's Club book.
Oh, definitely.
That was it. That was the only givens. Everything else was fucked. But
and for most girls read the Babysitter's Club. I was a Goosebumps girl.
oh yeah, I was a Goosebumps girl as well. If we're going to keep that analogy going. Yes, no. That was fun.
But we never bought the Goosebumps books through the Scholastic pamphlet.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was a special treat once a month, maybe once every couple of months. Mum would take me down to Whitcoulls in Orewa. No, sorry, not Orewa. Sorry, Browns Bay. On the main stretch there. It was on the corner. We'd go in. I get the latest one and a 16 mag. Don't judge me for that. But yeah, I got a 16 mag and the latest Goosebumps book, and that was my special treat. And that was like the coolest thing out. I was never a makeup girl. I mean, not until I was 15 or 16.
My parents did it the other way. The Scholastics one, that was my treat, was to get the Goosebumps book. That was it. If I had anything else, it was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But the Goosebumps book was like, yep, it's a given, you're going to get it kind of thing. I remember, and this is how thinking I was, there's a store in New Zealand called The Warehouse, which is kind of like, how would you describe it to someone who doesn't live in Australia either?
Walmart,
Target, No, Walmart. We'll go Walmart because Target's a little bit.
If you're in Australia, Big W or
kind of
Kmart.
that place where you'd go and buy a pair of shoes and they'd break after 2 weeks and you'd go, fuck it, I don't care, they're only warehouse shoes.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. That's what it was. And they had, because that's how you used to be. That's how you used to behave as well. Fuck, they're only warehouse shoes.
These days it's a little bit more at mark.
Yeah, they've got their shit together now, so it's great. But anyway, the warehouse, there was the audio tapes. So they actually had them on audio tape. I remember going in there.
Tapes.
Yeah, everyone that came out, I brought them up. They were like $20 each. I still remember the day they were on special for $5. And I went through them all and like took like one of every copy that was there. I think I got like 7 of them for the same price. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And listened to them once. I was like, cool, that's it, done. But they did the whole audio book before audiobooks were able to download. So you had all the sound effects and the different voices and the actors coming in. And,
that was awesome.
That was awesome. But yes, but no. So as you can see, we come from quite a goosebumpy background.
Well, we
and
come
not
from
because
quite
it's
a
fucking freezing at the moment. We don't have any heating in this place, and it's really, really cold. It's a case of we love these books.
We really do.
And hence why you would have seen R.L. Stine's name got tagged in the title of this one. So, g'day, Mr. Stine, if you're listening. If
You're a flippin' legend.
If you've made it this far, you're a legend. But also, thank you for writing the books, because you're a legend. But also, too, it was a case of the movies come out now. They've announced a movie, and they've released the trailers, all this kind of stuff. When they first released the movie, I went, oh, this is going to be cool. I hope they don't fuck it. Because, like, how are they going to do this? They've got so many different... How are they going to do it? And I don't think it's a spoiler, because it's in the fucking trailer. What it is Jack Black stars as R.L. Stine.
Which is awesome.
Which is going to be awesome. And he's got all his books and manuscripts there. And what happens is that all the stories he writes, from what we can see in the trailer, is real, or how he writes it, and he locks them up, and that's it. A kid knocks it over, releases one, and ends up releasing everyone.
If you're a Harry Potter fan, it's like when he goes into the restricted section in the library and he opens up a book and it all comes out. You know, it's the Page Master, where you know you see another 90s movie.
Cool. I was wondering what the fuck you were talking about.
Macaulay Culkin.
No.
Oh my god, how do you not know that movie?
Because I didn't like Macaulay Culkin, so I wouldn't have watched any of his shit.
Right, okay.
Home Alone, cool. Home Alone 2, yeah.
Where the books all come to life, or Inkheart, or, you know, there's a lot of amazing movies about books that come to life. Yeah. But this looks absolutely wicked. Jack Black, how can you not love it? I mean, Jack Black is a freaking legend. I love him. I'm not sure how it's going to work. It kind of comes across to me as a bit like Goosebumps. Not Goosebumps. God, that's what we're talking about. Ghostbusters, almost.
I'll give you that.
That concept,
you know? Give you that. Yeah.
But I'm sure it's going to be fine.
It looks like it's been done lovingly, if you know what I mean. It's not like they've just gone, hey, here's a Goosebumps name, let's shit all over it. They've actually gone, right, how can we make this cool? Here's an idea. How about if, they haven't just, fucked with it. It looks like it could be fine.
So it might be better than the TV series, at least.
Hey, you shut your mouth.
I like the TV
The TV show was cool.
I liked the TV series, but you got to be honest here. I mean,
bear in mind that was made back in what, early 90s? Was it early or late 90s?
Late 90s.
Late 90s. So everything looks like shit now, but I reckon it's going to be fun. Speaking of that, though, they need to do one point in there at least where, like, for some reason, I don't know why, maybe it's someone's ringtone. Do you know what song they need to play?
Which one?
This one.
And that's all we can play.
No, yeah, that's probably about it, yeah. The old theme song. I reckon that's just someone's ringtone. Just have that. That's it. That's all they need to do. A little nod, and that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so if you're listening to us, Mr. Director Man of the Goosebumps movie, just do it. Just do it, because I said so,
They probably will,
I've got as much pull and bloody Hollywood as a wet noodle in a fucking pool playing competition, so nothing. But come on, I thought it was the weirdest analogy ever. But it was.
I'm sorry. I stupidly just slipped my socks off and my feet are cold, so I'm just trying to warm them up on the hot water bottle, which, by the way, is going cold.
I thought that joke was just so awesome it took your breath away, but really you just went, oh, God, that's cold. Oh, God, that's cold.
It sure is. And, I mean, ordinarily we wouldn't say Brisbane is cold, but realistically speaking, when the temperature gets up to almost 40 degrees in the summer, and we're sitting here in our woolies, and it's, 2 12 degrees, getting down to 8 tonight and 4 on Tuesday. And
Which is stupid considering we lived in New Zealand where the temperatures are like, 2, -1, -5.
I think it got down to -3 where we used to live.
Yeah. And then you have people listening in Finland that are like, fuck that, it's like -20 over here, what the fuck?
There's a dramatic drop in temperature, though.
Yeah.
It's a bit different.
But yes.
If it was cold all the time, then fine.
But yes. Anyway,
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Yes.
Looks like it should be fun. It's going to be fun. We'll go to it when it comes out, which, funnily enough, guess when the new Goosebumps movie comes out?
October 31st.
Pretty much, yeah. Halloween. Yeah, that's how they're promoting it.
It's my favorite
yeah.
time of the year. Next to Christmas.
Yeah. So what we should do is probably just go. We'll get some tickets and we'll cruise along.
Never mind getting tickets. We're going to get gold class tickets and we're going to put our feeties up and we're going to have our big popcorns and we're not going to buy the ridiculously expensive tasting food thingies that they buy there. Oh my god.
And if all else fails, I'll just start singing at one point. Dun, 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 and just see what happens.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, that's it for today, I reckon.
I think we've done enough. I think we've told them about 4 or 5 movies.
Yeah. We've got to tell you about 2 movies. Here's 17. So funnily enough, as we're saying, so we're going to put this out today for our Movie Monday, which is technically tomorrow, but also if you're in America, it'll be
2 days
yesterday.
from today.
Yeah, that's weird.
You're about 12 hours behind us, darling.
I don't know, something. But yes, so thank you very much. We may go back to doing the 2 a week or 1 a week whenever. I don't know. I think we'll just fucking wing it now.
We'll cruise it for the time being.
Yeah.
We're off on holiday in 5 weeks to celebrate our 4-year anniversary. We're doing a road trip around New South Wales, which is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. And we have big fucking dogs for anyone that tries to steal into our house.
Yes, we do.
So we'll just fuck around for the next 5 weeks. When we get back, hopefully by then we should have a sponsor. We're kind of in talks at the moment with someone, but we can't say anything more about that. So we might have a little bit more of a professionalized feel to it, or at least someone saying, hey, this episode is brought to you by whatever. And
hopefully we'll be halfway through planning our wedding, which Gareth doesn't want to talk about.
So Goosebumps.
Stop.
All right, anyway, well, thank you so very much once again for listening. If you want to check it out, go to the website garethsrandomramblings.space. Check it out. I had a bit of a fuck around with it the other day and tried to do some cool things, so check out the website garethsrandomramblings.space, or you can check out garethjamesthomas.com as well and follow the links from there. And if you have any other ideas for movies we should watch and review, or even maybe record while we watch them or something like that, jump on the website. There's a little comment section there, and go from there. garethsrandomramblings.space. You got 10 seconds.
Have a good week, all. Drive safe, be safe, and we'll talk to you next time.
And I will stop recording now. Bye.